Good evening. Welcome to the Frog News Network. I'm Doug Cuzma, and that's Mike Penny.
Hey.
All right, guys, where are you watching us live from right now? Australia, right off the bat. My goodness. Ohio, Mike.
Hey, what's happening? Garden Valley, Idaho. Welcome.
All right, Canada in the house. Ontario.
Benton, Arkansas. Welcome. Hillsboro, New Jersey.
Glendale, Arizona. Welcome to the show. You live with Mike and Doug.
Arkansas again. Wow.
Springfield, Missouri in the house. Missouri again.
New Bern, North Carolina. Iowa, and still Froggy in Monroe, North Carolina. Welcome.
Oklahoma in the house. Indiana in the house, Mike.
Wow. Monrovia, Indiana in the house. Australia and Bluffton, South Carolina. Welcome.
Anchorage, Alaska in the house. Missouri in the house. South Carolina in the house.
California, South Dakota, and Trenton, Michigan. Welcome. You're live with Doug and Mike on the Froggy News Network.
Texas, y'all notice anything? See my shirt? Yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm. Music City, USA.
It's been raining all day here in Newport News, Virginia, near Williamsburg. Indiana in the house. Hey, people, I'm on the show. You can't keep messaging me in Telegram and ask questions. Come to the show. That's right. Minnesota in the house. Hershey, Pennsylvania in the house. Hershey.
Texas in the house. Arkansas and Irvine, California, that new red state.
Eastern Shore, Virginia in the house. Tampa in the house.
Charlotte, North Carolina, and Baltimore, Maryland, and Forston, Georgia. Welcome.
Florida, Michigan, and Tennessee. Welcome to the show.
Richmond, Virginia in the house, representing Ohio. Welcome, Ohio.
Wow. Louisville, Kentucky, Iowa in the house, and New York in the house.
Frog Pond, North Kakalaki. Welcome.
Nebraska, Roanoke, Virginia, Stony Creek, Ontario, California.
Sweet. Sugar Tit, South Carolina. Welcome.
Williamsburg, Virginia, right up the street from Newport News. Welcome to the show. You're live with Mike and Doug. Jamestown, North Carolina, you're welcome to the show. And Phoenix,
Stony Point, North Carolina, Phoenix, Arizona, and plain old Frog in the house.
Good evening from Long Island, New York. I used to live in Long Island. I think I told you, Massapequa. And Maryland also.
Alabama in the house, Hope Sound, Florida, and Gitmo, Cuba.
San Diego, California. Mercer, Arizona.
Pensacola, Florida, Greenville, Ohio, and Annapolis, Maryland. Welcome.
I think a little bit. She had to wait another day before they let her live stream on YouTube. You got to wait 24 hours after you develop a channel. Ontario in the house.
Long Island, New York.
Tennessee. Mississippi.
Delaware and Long Island, East Meadow, New York.
Tallahassee, Florida in the house. Alaska in the house. North Carolina in the house.
Branson, Missouri, Texas, and Alabama. Welcome.
Memphis, I guess you just know. Florida in the house. New Jersey, Michigan, Ohio in the house.
Oh, wow. Lake City, Texas, Lake Oconee, Georgia, Hagerstown, Maryland. Welcome.
Erie, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Jersey, and New York in the house.
I'm not going to say those first two words, but welcome, Wankersville.
Yeah, I put it up, but I didn't say it either. Hello, and thanks from Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Everybody knows that. A good state.
Palm Bay, Florida, and Maryland in the house, and Nebraska bringing it with us.
Yes, I am now a regular guest on Kirsten W. show on Wednesday mornings. I know y'all love her. She's all right with me. Colorado Springs, Colorado in the house. Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Tupelo, Mississippi, and Alaska in the house, and upstate New York.
Wisconsin. Illinois.
Tallahassee, Florida. Temple, Georgia. And
Frogington, Delaware.
Gilbert, Arizona.
Anderson, California.
The red state of California. Middlesex, North Carolina. Waters, Oklahoma, and Michigan in the house.
There you go. You got them both. South Dakota in the house.
All right, Doug. Let's get this party started, man.
All right, give me a second.
Elephant Butte, New Mexico. Saginaw,
right,
Michigan.
Give me a second.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Guys, don't forget that we use the X39 patches, and we also sell them. They're a wonderful product. I'm getting ready to play the video for you guys, so enjoy the video.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
All right, we're back.
All right,
guys. Me and Mike use the X39 patches. They are wonderful. Mike, how do they work for you?
Hey, man, I'm barely 2 weeks in on them, and well, I've been on them a little bit longer than that actually, but I've enjoyed the increased vitality of my skin. Okay, the mellow of my heart not racing, and the swelling seems to be getting more and more under control a lot quicker than it was before.
Yeah, I've only been on them a couple of days, and I noticed extra energy right off the bat. Boom, first time I took them. So great stuff, guys. If you'd like more information on that, you contact us in the Telegram group, and we got somebody in there that's getting back to you. If they don't get back to you, me or Mike will, or you can catch me in my Telegram group It doesn't matter. We'll get back to you and send you more information. Anyways, let's get started with the show. The show about tonight is more about new people that have just come into our group and finding out things, because a lot of intel didn't hit today, but I'll hit you with what I got. The intel I got is personal. I went to the bank today and tried to deposit some money through the ATM at Bank of America. All 3 ATMs were down. I thought that was weird because my bank got brand new ATM machines, and it's only Saturday morning, not Sunday night, where it might be out of money. So I posted it in our Telegram group, and somebody came back and she said in Charlotte, North Carolina, that none of the ATMs work there either. Could this actually be the long weekend when they switch us over to QFS? It's sure looking like it, because my person in Australia says they're actually on Monday. It's not a holiday there, and they're looking to exchange money on that day. It's an exchange day. They actually have a term for it out there. So that could be possible. What do you think, Mike?
I think that it's very possible, and not only possible, but probably happening. The thing you have to understand is that even for a Bank of America to be in that situation, as dirty and nasty as the Pesor family is, they've got their act cleaned up and they've been allowed to be a part of this. So it's just that time, guys. It's just that time. Yes,
it is. Somebody wanted to say the biggest thing is if Arizona flips, it's all over. Whenever they officially say it's flipped, we know that the judge down in Georgia has already agreed to let them go in there. It's being done to Wisconsin. The forensics, it's being done to Michigan. It's being done New Hampshire. They arrested the second in command, the Secretary of State in New Hampshire has been arrested because the security cameras went off up there, and when they came back on, the sheriffs had her, and they were messing with the machine. So a lot's going to come out here shortly. I think after this long weekend, and everybody here, it's not much of a weekend. It's just cold and raining. It's just the future forecast for right now for all the left. It's cold, it's raining, and you don't know when you're going to see the sunshine again. So if you're new to the show, let us know by putting a 1 in. If you're a sanctioned pro, put a 2 in. Let us know, a little bit about what you know. And if you're brand new, somebody else said, Doug, my credit card wouldn't work today. See what I mean? I might be onto something, Mike.
You might.
And that way, if y'all are new, we'll go over a little bit, and y'all bear with us. You're veterans, a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s, about 50-50 I'm seeing in there, Mike. 1.7.
I see a lot of 2s, a lot of 1s.
Well, we're going to answer a few questions, kind of go back to where it started. And maybe all of y'all don't know the whole story, but we'll be here till next week telling the whole story. We'll give you a brief summary, of what it's been through, what we suffered through, and where we think things are going. And because there just wasn't a ton of intel. Mike, do you got anything else today?
No, man, there's nothing special happening today. I mean, some special stuff did happen, but it's not made aware to the public just yet.
All right, guys, you see. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Every day continues to march something forward. The military is very precise, and they carry their operations out with precision. Okay, as if they practiced it day in and day out, which some of the special forces have practiced it day in and day out.
They were showing a C-130 Galaxy today, and a bunch of people that look like just not in the military, getting out the back. The front of it opens up, and a bunch of equipment, and them getting out. I would think that's special operators and special forces getting off that thing, but they just don't fly into people from the border on them things.
Yep.
No. So 1.5, let's see, some 1s, 22.7. I have no idea what that means. Daddy's babies. Hi, y'all. They playing. So guys, like what do you say it all started back in the 1800s when what was the president signed our country over and made our country into a corporation?
Yes. I'm not sure the president, but
Grant?
Grant. There you go. He signed it over quietly behind closed doors, guys. Unbeknownst to us, the American people had just got through with a war and thought they were going to be clean and clear to become America, and that's how everything moved forward. Unbeknownst to them, that they had this secret backdoor society really ruling the country and robbing the country at the same time.
Yeah, and this just went on for quite some time. And the next information that we get is back in when the Federal Reserve was made. Our country went broke, went through a depression. There was no money, so they were looking for somewhere to borrow money, and they went to England. And England was the Rothschilds. And England, we're unaware of, said, sure, we'll put the Federal Reserve up. And we all know that they, all went to this little island down south and made the Federal Reserve all the bankers. And very uniquely, the three of the main people that were in that meeting traveled on the Titanic like 2 weeks later. And the Titanic sunk, supposedly, or a ship that was identical to it. And them folks were on it so they could hide the evidence. What the evidence was is, yes, they loaned us money, but now everybody in this country with a birth certificate, your birth certificate was used to trade on the New York Stock Exchange up to the year 2000. And we went over it way back when. You could look up your birth certificate by the number, and I made a video, and mine had $73,000 interest. I'm 60 years old, and crazy. Our buddy Jeff has just said that a secret vote in the Canadian Parliament is May 25th. So
it's not so secret, guys.
Not if we just said it.
Nothing against Jeff, but I mean, they were telling that yesterday.
Yeah, but he's just keeping us up to speed. So after that, absolutely. We didn't know anything about that, and actually, they use your Social Security number. If you look long and hard enough, you probably could use it and find that it's actually on a bill of currency because your Social Security. But anyways, your souls were backing the banks because gold and silver, there wasn't enough to back it. So they needed something for collateral, and it was every human being in the United States. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yes, absolutely, and then some.
Yeah.
Guys, I challenge you to take your own name in all caps and plug it into several different browsers, okay, web searches, and see what you come up with, all right? And just note it, all right? And also you want to know your family tree moving forward because history is going to get retold the right way here shortly. And, the maritime law is going to become common law, and a lot of things are going to be said that shared that people are totally unaware that happened as part of history.
And our laws, we were currently back then and still close to you were born at sea, not at land. You were more than just a parcel on a ship, and you had no rights. That's why that the Vatican and everything, they sit like there's a piece of it that sits in the ocean and there's no laws. It's still pirate ways on the ocean. There's no courts. There's no law. As we know, law stands for land, air,
and water.
Okay. All these courts have to be redone because they're not by the 1776 Constitution. All the lawyers have to be retrained in U.S. law under the 1776 Constitution. All the judges have to be retrained. Sheriffs actually have more authority than police officers under the Constitution. A lot of people don't know that. They can, it wasn't a joke that, they could deputize Bonnie Fife but they really can hand us a badge to somebody and hand them a gun and swear them in just like that. That's not that hard. And at one point, I know we were thinking that that's the road they were going to go down, and it's still possible because I've been contacted by several organizations that want me to plug that on the show, but that's a little further down the road. I think the next thing is probably we jumped to the 40s and Roswell. All that stuff was true. They covered it up. It was aliens that they found. That's when they started to build Area 51. And then after that, the CIA, which is the crookedest system that we have in our government right now. It's insulated in everything we hear all around the world. But Mike probably can hit more on that.
Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. We're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really got my eye on the comments tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Doug, what is one of the most surprising things that caught you off guard when you started learning this timeline that you're sharing?
Well, that our government has never been for us; it's been against us. And right now, the disturbing thing is time's running out at a fast pace, and if we don't come together as a nation, we're not only going to lose this nation, we're going to lose mankind, and it's crazy. The most disturbing thing is how they've hid everything from us: the cures, free electricity. All the things they charge for should be free. There's enough money in the world, but there should be nobody living in the streets. That's disturbing. We shouldn't have any drugs that you need to take to be okay, to cure any disease, because the disease we get, they give to us. That's alarming and amazing to me and frightening, all in the same respect. But help is on its way.
What's even more frightening, guys, is that we allowed it to happen.
Yeah, and nobody questioned anybody about what was going on for years and years and years, and now that it's about
a good example is what. Not to cut you off, Doug, but
go ahead.
A good example that's relevant right now is a lot of people are asking about the security and the safety of the blood with the Red Cross. Okay, not to mention the Red Cross was the biggest spreader of AIDS because they didn't sanctify and secure the blood and transposed infected blood all over the country. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're going to do the same thing again, guys, because the Red Cross is, again, it's of the cabal. It's not of the people.
I don't know the question somebody asked Mike, will we still need health insurance? I'm not sure. You might be financially in a position to where health care will not be expensive whatsoever, because currently it's about 110,000 times overpriced than it should be. And within a couple of years, there's going to be no more medications you're going to need, or close to none, because there's 6,000 cures: the cures for cancer, the cure for heart disease, the cure for diabetes. These med beds can actually grow limbs back. They can take you back. We might be in a position where the human life can last up to 150 years. Is what I heard.
A lot of you are asking about Russell J. Gould, and here's my thought process, okay? I haven't done any recent research. A few weeks back, Doug and I both dived deep in on Russell J., and we came up to these conclusions. And Doug, you correct me if I'm wrong, okay? All right. But basically, he's not relevant at this time, as the executive orders and the military code changes was enough for Trump to secure what he needed to happen, and is slowly but surely happening right now. Mm-hmm. Okay. That he didn't need Russell J., but he did need Russell J. to bind the flag, the correct flag, with the United States Republic. All right. And I think that's the only part that he's relevant with right now. Anything else is just misinformation or his wishful thinking. Okay. Because
Mike, I think what it comes down to with him is he owns the flag. He does. He can control certain things, but he's like a man with the cause with no friends. He has nobody with him. The armies are not with him. The court system's not with him. The politicians are not, and the people are not with him. It's hard to control millions, if not billions, of people, even if you're in charge of them. If you have no army behind you, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And he tends to think that he could take over the UN at any time. Guys, those are fantasies for him. Okay, unfortunately, they are. I think he has good intentions. I really do. I think he does have good intentions. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. But he is, like Doug said, he's the only friend on his own island.
Yeah, he's got a lot of great ideas and a lot of things he wants to do his way. Okay, with the grammar system, and that's how he took it back with correct grammar and got the flag and obtained the flag, the one that we needed through the post office. And who knew that the post office controlled the whole nation? Well, maybe it did back then, but currently, he might control the post office, but he's not. He can hold all the court martials he ever wanted to, but they're null and void unless he has people to carry out his orders. And talks cheap when To me, I think he has a good heart. I think he's a good guy. He saved our country, but he's just merely got nobody. I think he wants to control 99% of everything, and that's just not going to happen with him. He can be there to help. I think that's the best he's going to do. Correct?
I fully believe that. And when 5 years ago, when Trump committed to giving the power of the government back to the people, that's exactly what's going to happen as a whole. Okay, and if you're not on board with that, even if you are Title IV flag owner, rightfully so, you're just not on board with that, and you're your only friend, like Doug said. I think that's a great way to put it. Yeah, the UN is gone, and we control it. That's exactly right.
Russell J. is a gentleman that in the year 1999, our flag was getting ready to get recaptured by England. And he was smart enough to find out with correct grammar and through the post office, because post offices run the world. And if you go to Last Flag Standing on any browser, it's an amazing story. It really is. It had me and Mike. It just at the start, it's an incredible story. But to me, even though he might have captured the flag and he did all these things, it's merely just a story now because nobody's with him. It's hard to be the leader of a nation when you don't have a dozen people.
All right, the Q idiot and Nick. Q idiot needs to go immediately.
Okay, if I find him, where am I? I got 10 people that's supposed to be doing this.
I don't think they can. Q idiot and Nick Baker, I think it was.
Y'all can quit messaging me in Telegram watching the show because I have no time to message you back. And that's
there's the Q idiot. Q idiot. I
don't see it.
It says F you, Doug.
Well, that's probably Ken. I'm convinced of this. Who else would? The other night I threw one out and his name was Doug and Mike. Who would do that but Ken? He's like a little kid that, can't leave it alone, I don't see these guys, and I'm not wasting my time. I'm just not even worth my time. Every hater in here and every one of you idiot, get me 4 more listeners. So you just keep throwing your crap out. That's okay with us because our guys will defend us in the chat. If I can catch them when I can, I will, Mike. But you just get us 4 more listeners. And by the way, I'd like to thank all you idiots, scumbags that are in here causing troubles. Thank you. We just hit 1 million hits in 30 days on the Frog News Network. We hit 1 million hits in 30 days on Doug Kuzma too. So just because you can't get attention and you have trouble, and you have to stay in mommy's basement, you guys just don't bother me at all. Have a great day. All right, next. thought I'd beat him up a little bit for you, Mike.
Sweet. Man, what a right cross.
They're scumbags. They have some kind of disorder. You know what I mean? It's all about numbers. No, it's about you guys make the numbers, not us.
That's right.
So don't get that mixed up at all. What I was trying to relate to is you guys are the one that make the numbers. Them idiots complaining make our numbers go up. So try to understand what I just said or whatever. Okay, so let's continue. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Grandma's, let's not even go there. Cheers. How are you tonight? We're great.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, where Tesla had a microwave oven and none of the rest of the world did.
We rebuke the trolls.
There you
The
go.
trolls are worse than the cockroaches. We have 10 moderators. I don't know where they're at. They must be cooking hamburgers and hot dogs on each channel.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right. Yeah. We don't need, let me just mention this real quick and then we'll continue. Kirshen's book's running across the bottom. It's the #1 seller on Amazon. Go over and check it out. It's now 109 pages, #1. It's also in paperback now. Okay, go.
All right. So I've got a question for the people who are on from Arkansas. What I'd like to know is if any of you were adults when Clinton was governor. When Clinton was governor of Arkansas, were any of you around or adults?
When he was hauling all the cocaine into the airport over there?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that where you're going with that? Or
Yes,
all the
sir.
girls that he got pregnant over there? Well, Hillary was gone.
Yes.
Mississippi. You two are great. Thank you so much. We love you. Anybody from Arkansas? Is that where it was?
Arkansas, yes.
Arkansas. Anybody
There's
from
I was.
Arkansas?
Kentucky, we love you too.
Well, go on, tell us about Arkansas, Michael.
Guys, this is where the government got into. Arkansas and Bill Clinton is where the government got into big time cartels. Okay, they blame it on people like not Chappelle, but who's the guy they had in prison up in New York recently from the Mexican cartel? What's his name? Oh Lord,
I can't remember.
They blame it on people like that. Okay,
yeah.
But it's really them. Okay, I mean there are stories that people around the Clintons can tell you that he spent hours upon hours a day as the governor directing traffic in his own cartel. El Chapo. That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go.
Yes, thank you, El Chapo. My brain is going to work again. Thank y'all so much for your help. But you know, and they blamed it on these people like the Mexican drug cartel, which they have their hand in it, guys. Don't get me wrong. I mean, here it is these veterans were going back and forth from Vietnam with big loads of drugs as well. Okay, and those stories haven't been told a whole lot, but you're going to hear them. You're going to hear how the Vietnam War, what it was really about. Okay, but Arkansas is one of the places where the government got really involved in crime and the mafia. Okay, it is. They were in and out of there all the time. I mean, and it was crime central. You think Chicago was bad? You should hear and read some of the stuff that was going on in Arkansas.
It was a crime syndicate out there.
Yes, it was a huge crime syndicate.
And the state police were protecting him.
Yes, they were protecting him.
I've seen many a video of the guy. They actually made a movie of the guy, and what's his name played the pilot. Tom Cruise played the pilot. They were hauling the cocaine in, and it was going to several different places, and one of them was Arkansas.
Yep.
And they said they actually seen Clinton several times.
Yeah, I mean, no one would suspect Arkansas to be one of the biggest drug rings in the world.
American something. Somebody did the chat move too quick. Yeah. American something. Tom Cruise starred in it.
So the Vatican, the mafia, several aspects of mafia families. Okay, the mafia families involved. The aliens, pile that in there. Throw some aliens in on it. You know, you can see the kind of tossed salad that we've had in our government for quite some time now. It doesn't taste very good, I can tell you that.
It wasn't American Graffiti. Chapo. But anyways, yes, very, very corrupt governor. Actually, had another thing that he was corrupt in before he became to DC had to do with the land deal out there. Oh, I forget the name of that. Do y'all remember that? Was it White something, or it was a big deal? Billions of dollars were stolen through real estate or something like that. He was very corrupt before he ever hit. Before he ever ran
got
for
Washington.
president.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's probably why he got.
Whitewater is what they called it.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why he got
Thank you, guys.
chosen for president is because, I mean, he wasn't voted in. We all know that.
Oh no, he was selected and put in
Yeah,
office. That's
right.
actually when they first came out with the computers, and they started really cheating with the numbers. It's crazy because I think I seen a documentary on how they got him in office. And then, there's videos of him sitting there. He's MK Ultra too, just sitting there staring straight at the daggone out into space as they're hooking him up and putting them, putting all the makeup and stuff on him. You wonder, was it even Bill Clinton at that? Because it would look like a robot.
Yep. So I mean, guys, those aspects of our government have been going on for that long. You can imagine the knots that are having to be untied right now to make something happen significantly to clean it up. And not just clean it up, but get rid of it.
Absolutely. I'm just throwing them out fast as I can here, Mike. Sorry, I'm losing a little.
Air America.
Air America.
Yeah.
That was the name of the movie. It was a good movie, but he dies in the end. They blow up his car or something like that. Yeah, this is a long weekend. A lot of people are on vacation, Mike, for the first time in wide open in public.
Yes.
It's almost like you need to be retrained to be around people without a mask. But I know where we're alluding to the Clintons, and we're trying to, give you somewhat of a timeline on what's going on currently. Before the Clintons, let's not forget that when JFK was in office, he did not want war. He wanted peace, correct, Mike? He didn't want to be involved in any turmoil, didn't want any wars. He wanted to expose that the aliens were here, and he did not want he was, what was the other thing he wanted to expose? And he wanted to end the Federal Reserve.
And he wanted to splinter the CIA into 1,000 different pieces.
Exactly right. So they murdered him, supposedly, allegedly.
The Bushes did.
Absolutely, and everybody knows that. And that's his son grew up to lead the movement to find out who got his dad.
The Waco flag was the false flag that happened in Waco was all done by the Clintons. The Oklahoma bombing was done by the Clintons, guys. There was apparently paperwork in that building that could link them to some of the criminality that was coming forward in some of the courts higher up, and it was in that building, and they knew about it, so they had it blown up. Timothy McVeigh, you remember Timothy McVeigh? MK Ultra.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of these serial killers and people that walk in places and shoot everybody up or don't even know their names. They've been so MK Ultra, and in some cases they're just a potsy. The other people go in and kill them all, and then they throw them in front of the judge. It happened.
Guys,
it happens. Go ahead, Mike.
It happens.
Air America was with Mel Gibson. Yeah, thank you very much. That wasn't the movie. Well, I'll tell you a good movie I watched about 4 months ago. It was 12 hours or something like that. It was during the Russian missile crisis in Cuba. And what a great movie that was. It left you on the edge of your seats. We came so close to nuclear war that it was hid from the general public, that nobody would ever knew till they seen that movie. and it's an absolutely great movie. It came down to two pilots lying to the generals. Did you get shot at or anything like that? Because they wanted a reason to start a nuclear war. He said, piece of cake, nothing happened. And if he'd have said, yeah, we got shot at and there's bullet holes, they claim pigeons hit their stuff. But that was a great, great movie.
Right.
No, it wasn't Red October. But they're trying to use that for something else.
Right.
American Made.
Yes, that's my wife you heard in the background. Yes, ma'am, Miss Patsy.
The boss.
McVeigh's accomplice that got away was sketched to look just like James Comey. Wow. I'd never heard that before, but that's a good point. That's awesome.
13 Days is the name of the movie. Look that
13
movie
days.
up. Look that movie up on Netflix or Hulu or I'd love to tell you all about my streaming service, but I can't. But look it up and watch it. It is one of the better movies that I've seen in a long time with this stuff right here. Cinderella Man's a great movie. I watched it again for the 20th time last night. Great movie. Tom Cruise is a clone. He don't never age, does he? You look at the star from Tom Cruise when he did Top Gun. That woman looks like she's about 79 years old. Tom looks like he's gained about 15 years since the movie. It's been 35 years or something since the movie, hasn't it? I guess she didn't drink the adrenochrome. Netflix is evil. You're right about that. I don't have an account with them. I do have an account with Hulu just in case. But I get the senior discount for $4.95 a month. I don't think I've watched it in 6 months.
She was 21 when she lived in Little Rock. So my point about bringing up the Arkansas and Little Rock, my point is just look at how much we knew those things were going on in a state, and we allowed that steamrolled mafia stuff to go right from a local state government into the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
And we voted, we didn't vote him in, but they made it look like we did.
Yeah. It would appear that we had voted them all in.
Right. So, I mean, you can imagine what the military and 19 are having to clean up right now.
It's the biggest mess ever, and it's just not in our country. It's worldwide, folks. Worldwide.
And that's where God comes into play, guys. When you talk about the world, okay, because the planet is His creation, and the people on it are as well, and He loves us all equally. And we are going to see the Red Sea parted in a way they've never seen before. It's going to be biblical, and the time is coming, and it's very near.
Well, it hasn't gone anywhere. There's sandbags all around Washington, D.C. for a reason. They plan on flooding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's coming. They've tested it when it flooded a little bit here a couple months ago, but it's getting ready to really flood there. They're going to turn that place back into a bird sanctuary. Not the entire city, but all the Supreme Court, the Capitol, and the White House is. They're hoping. Some people say that they keep them as museums. I don't think they'll withstand it. I think they'll be taken out because they're satanic. And if you guys, the new people, don't know, all of Washington, D.C., all of our money is satanic. It has Illuminati signs in it. I encourage you to study the Illuminati, and you'll find a lot more out about what's going on in current events and why the Illuminati is so terrible. There's a great, if you just go to BitChute and type in, there's like a 6-hour movie of the Illuminati in different parts, and it tells you how it started all the way back, thousands of years ago on the seas.
Absolutely. And everybody's talking about Sidney Powell saying there's been no military tribunal. Guys, it's just like you or the rest of the world saying Trump's going to be arrested. It's misinformation.
Once again, I can't answer people in Telegram when I'm on a call, but you keep on messaging me. You must not be on the show. If you're on the show, put it in the chat. All right, guys. What else? Somebody says Illuminati's a deception. No, it's not. It's real. You better know it's real. Rothschilds, all of them, that's Illuminati, plus the 13 families that were above them that lived underground below the Vatican that changed their names to Italian names. We went in 2017, went under there and killed all them families. That's how we got all the space technology. We killed them and took the space technology. That's how we got the wrath of God, where we can shoot aluminum from space and it's just like a nuclear explosion without the radiation. That's how we're taking out the Three Gorge Dam. That's how we've attacked many things underground. Every country knows we have that. That's why they won't invade our country.
Well, the other thing is, guys, we are not only the majority of the population in our country in this movement right now. Okay, if you figure 49 red states out of the vote, okay, that makes our movement the majority. Okay, the population around the United States and across the pond from the United States does not ever want to mess with the majority of the United States, because we're the ones that own the guns lawfully. We're the ones that will use the guns lawfully. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You just have to understand that those things are understood.
I just put the link in to the chat if you're interested in the t-shirts. The whole store is full of t-shirts. Yes, absolutely, Mike.
Yeah, all the rats are running for cover. You can believe that right now. Fauci's on the run. All right.
The swamp has been drained, and now what's left is running for cover.
Yep.
They've all been exposed. Fauci
is trying to get to one of the only few places that won't extradite him. They cut treaties and stuff and special deals with a lot of places that used not to extradite for this reason, guys. There's no escape. There's no escape. Fall of Cabal is a good video. Yes. Peace through strength. Peace through strength, guys. And through God Almighty. Chelsea Clinton. I don't know if Chelsea's been executed yet, but she's definitely on the way to being executed if she hasn't.
Absolutely. Our military will go anywhere to bring the demons to justice. They are. Understand, new people especially, that almost all this war is an information war, and the war that you don't see in front of you is being fought underground and what's called DOMs, deep underground military bases. Aliens, special forces, they're fighting to get all these things under control. They say that they're about 95% complete in the United States, and they're still cleaning out stuff. And these bases run under the oceans on magnet trains that run 12,000 miles an hour. Okay, this isn't fiction. This is real, and have been hid from the public for years. So that's where the war's being fought that you don't see, and it's taking a toll on our military because they're seeing stuff that you can't unsee, and they're having to take them first to the medical beds with the children they're rescuing. That's a whole different story about child trafficking. That's, another part of our government practicing Satanism. They all do, not all of them, but most of them were forced. Some of them willingly, practice Satanism, to torture children, the trafficking of children. There's more money in that than anything, more than drugs, more than anything. And the biggest place was over there in China, where they shipped the children on the ships on what was called the Silk River. And if you know right now, if you look, where's the worst weather in the world right now? It's right along the Silk River, which leads through the Three Gorge Dam. And if that thing goes down and it's leaking like crazy, uh, it's bad news. Like 10 million people lose their life. Nobody wants to see that happen.
No.
But the CIA supercomputer I mean, it's just crazy. One thing after another. The CIA supercomputer, just one of them, is located under the dam that controls Bitcoin. And anybody that's got Bitcoin is in for a rude awakening when that goes down very shortly. We keep saying it's going to go down. That thing is got like on its last leg right now.
Guys, Special Ops Sniper, U.S. Army, 117th, 119th Infantry Division shares a couple of titles with us. Okay, Truth of Our History, or of Your History. Watch the destruction of Atlantis, followed by the future of mankind, both by M. Tsarin. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Future Proofs Past. That's right on, Sentinel 17.
Any Q drops today? There really hadn't been any new Q drops in a while. It's the same Q drops from what I see. Have you seen anything new?
I haven't seen anything new.
Yeah, it's called the Silk Road. It's the Silk River. They dredged it out so they could go the other way instead of going towards Wuhan from the dam. They could take that river all the way to the Vatican and traffic children that way too. Children been born underground can't never come to the top of ground so many miles. They would get the same thing that a diver would get, lungs collapse. It's a terrible thing that Satan did, giving them the blood that they consume, which is the Satan's immortality drug. And
all right, so where was the Q drop at today, guys? Because there hasn't been a Q drop since December 8th, as far as I know.
Earthquakes in China have been bunker hits. Yeah, I would agree 100%. That's what they're trying to do, is take out what they can without the dam going down. But you would think eventually the dam's got to go, and hopefully they'll move some of them people out of there, and they'll give them some kind of warning.
I'm sure they're moving people out of there already.
I just can't think they just let that happen, because
they're not.
No, they can't be, man. I'm
yeah. That would not only devastate the area, it would devastate the entire country.
Most of China's nuclear stuff is underground under the dam. All their nuclear weapons, nuclear power stuff, most of all their Bitcoin mining stuff for the CIA supercomputers under there. To do Bitcoin mining, it takes a lot of power to do that. I don't even understand it, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised somebody put in there if we see alien invasion. Well, we're already having one. Just go to the Mexican border. Oh, that's a different kind. Yeah, you want to get rid of Bitcoin. I'll hold on to my silver, though. I think that's getting ready to go up. Yeah, Space Force has pretty much replaced the CIA. The CIA has been crippled pretty much. There's still, parts of the CIA that are still working, but they've taken down a lot of it.
Q drops fake news, okay?
What about the IRS? It doesn't exist, as far as we know, anymore.
I'm willing to bet that there are terrestrials for God. Any non-terrestrials for God? Absolutely. God probably created some of them.
Q drop 4954 posted on Savage Dog. Well, how does that tell us what that Q drop was?
Guys, that's fake news.
Blue Jet Beam Project. Look it up on DuckDuckGo and it'll tell you exactly what it's about. It's CGI where they can make like giant lizards are walking down the street. It's the same type of thing they're using to project Joe sometime, but on a smaller basis.
Right.
Flynn is under an NDA, okay? He cannot tell you what's going on. Why would he reveal anything to what's going on? He's going to tell you there's no such thing as clones and Biden is real. Of course he is. Use your head. He knows what's going on. It's called plausible whatever the hell it's called.
Plausible deniability. Guys, there are, go find you an old phone book. There's businesses that make clones in the phone book, in the old phone books.
Canada has several cloning stations.
Yes. I mean,
they've been around for like 10 or 15 years. There's probably 50,000 clones in the United States. It's real. Get used to it. You've probably met one and never knew it. Another thing I'm seeing more and more, Mike, is people leaving these news stations. Donna Brazell, she left Fox. Juan, they took him off the 5 at 5. They put him in a lesser role at a local Fox place. They're getting rid of these people left and right and it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if they are not totally corrupt and can be taken down, they're moving them away from the center of attention because they didn't do nothing but help possess and transmit or communicate a false narrative, which encapsulated, enslaved the people of the United States, especially.
CGI using the 911. Absolutely. Them planes never hit them towers. They blew them buildings up from the inside and CGI'd all that. That was the distraction to rob Building 7 of all the gold, which Justice Roberts got a big chunk of. Look that up on DuckDuckGo. Yeah, you just keep believing clones don't exist. And you probably are the one that says the aliens don't exist and that the E was fair and balanced. Melissa Red Pill decoded Wano Saban's post time 8:26. So look for post 8:26. Mike does that stuff. I don't do any of the decoding. I'll let everybody else do it.
I'll look as soon as we get off here.
Melissa Red Pill, Melissa Red Pill. She's wonderful. I think
she talks a little fast, but she is wonderful,
and she's very biblical, is what I like. I bought her book. It's great that she shows you that we're living in the book of Revelations, and it's all biblical. What's going on,
guys? She not only is one of the hardest workers in our community, she is one of the most humble people I've ever talked to as well.
Walmart's crooked. They probably won't be called Walmart for long. They are absolutely into trafficking children. They've been caught up. Oh, yeah. I'm too stupid to figure it out. Go to mommy's basement. No ice cream for you. If you're here to cause trouble, why would you come here? Have you got nothing else to do with your life? You have no friends. You're depressed. Go ahead and jump off the bridge.
Oh. How many's on with us, Doug?
We're about 14,500. You know, people are on vacation this weekend. So we're a little slow. I don't even know if that's a bad no. Doug's not. 7, we're about 59 minutes. We're not going to go long tonight, guys.
All right. So wait a minute.
Okay.
Somebody's questioning the biblical side of what's getting ready to happen, because you have the right to say if the rapture doesn't happen, then this is not biblical. Wow. Okay. I don't swallow that at all, but we've all told you how King James changed the Bible.
All I can say is hold on, keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Go do your own research, just like we do all day long, all night long.
All right.
The trolls are getting paid off.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably getting paid by Soros because,
The Bible's been mistaught by church. Exactly.
Well, if you know the truth, if you want the truth, the Catholic Church has changed the way they do Mass. It's not the same as it was 30, 40 years ago. They've changed it more into a Satan worshiping thing than a Catholic thing. That's been proven.
Right on, Tim. Those who trust Jesus Christ are already in winner's circle.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there they go with that Flynn stuff. You got to know that he can't tell you what's going on. He's the one in charge of making all the arrests. At least all the people working for him are. All right. Keep it true, Doug. You know I do. Keeping it real, man. It wasn't a Christian neither. Okay. All right. Any more real questions? The Lord has been working all over the world to open your eyes, people. But people refuse to open their eyes or turn their backs on what's going on. All we're simply trying to do is reveal what's going on to you people. And most of our regular listeners are very aware of what's going on, wouldn't you say, Mike? They're very schooled up on it. And the people that come here and question everything are the people that probably going to have the hardest time to get over everything once everything switches over.
I would say that not only are they going to have the hardest time, they're going to suffer.
Absolutely.
And that's a shame.
I think
the med beds. I think the jab has been reversed already, but I think I'm for sure the med beds could reverse it if they haven't.
Did you see the stage video they had on there rolling through today? Somebody driving the car and everybody just standing still, just looking like they couldn't move. That was scary in itself, but it looked staged as anything.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, check that out. Then I was like, there ain't no way. It looks staged. Love your show. We love you back. Thank you very much. Know that it's the place to come and share your ideas, your comments, and not be criticized. But we get criticized. That's okay. The Lord is the storm. You got that right, Mike?
Absolutely. All right, so the British Pilgrim Society. The Pilgrim Society is made up of the bloodlines from the controlling society of the Illuminati. That's the best way to describe it. Guys, they decide what maritime law is. They decide what taxes are going to be. They decide how we're controlled, how they monitor it, and how they keep up with it. All that stuff is made there through the Pilgrim Society.
There's that link again for the T-shirts I just put in there if you're interested in getting one of these nice, cool T-shirts. FBI is going down. I believe they are too. Anybody seen James Comey? No, I didn't think so. He ain't hard to miss. He's like 6'5". Restored Republic.
All right, I'm gonna go to the little boy's room.
All right, I'll keep him entertained. I don't have nothing to drink. So, guys and girls, we like I said, there wasn't much intel dropped today at all. So know that we're always looking for it. I'm up 18 hours a day looking and squirming just like you guys are through Telegram. Once again, know that my personal Telegram group is not for 80,000 people to ask me questions about what's going on. It's my personal. I sent people over there for the X39 patches, but I get questions all day. Literally 300 questions an hour. And they're all the same questions that are in the chat. If you message me over there and ain't related to something real good, chances are you'll probably get blocked. I can't keep up with it. I'm not in charge of the Telegram group. I created it. There are 10 people that run the Telegram group. So messaging me because you got thrown out either by mistake or because you did something wrong doesn't get you back in the group. I don't run it. Kathy's like the lead administrator over there, and she does a wonderful job. And if you keep clicking on that bot that says something riot, you will be barred from the group. So when you see it, if you click on it, chances are you'll be thrown out of the group. Even though you didn't intend to do nothing, you've created a bigger problem. Don't click on that. Thanks, guys. What else? Comey's a crybaby, but he's not crying no more. He's the one that sold the hammer and scorecard programs, which we know can change votes to the Chinese. That's what are the X39 patches. We showed the video at the beginning of the movie of the live tonight. It's stem cell technology to help heal your body. It's an amazing product. You can find more about it in the Telegram group. Is Comey gone? I would think he is. He was arrested long ago. That could be true, but I can't reveal why Mike leaves. No, he had to go pee. We need to become awakened. More people need to become awakened. Like we said, it was at 67%, and we need to get to 81%. And we know for a fact that before we can put the quantum banking system in, before we can establish NASARA, that that's got to be done before 45 comes back in office. So it's crazy. Tribunals are still currently going on. A lot of people are gone that you think are here now, and it will be all revealed in time. But that's pretty much where we're at right now. Do you think NASARA payments will be installments or all at once? I would think, and what we heard, it'd be in installments. If we gave everybody all the money at once, nobody would go to work, would they? And then we'd have a big problem. You follow what I'm saying? I think people that will be helped the first are probably people that are senior citizens or going to be getting, I wouldn't be surprised to say 10 times the money they're currently getting now. Nobody will be poor anymore. Poverty will no longer exist. Inflation will no longer exist. Your debt will disappear because all the loans and everything made was against the Constitution. And that's what we're going back to. So why do I think 45 stands alone? I think that 45 was sent here like David from the Bible. God is using him. He's like an angel here to save immortality, to save the world, not just our country. Okay. You got to know he controls the whole banking system in the whole world. They took down all the Rothschild banks. I surely hope senior citizens get paid first. They will. Trust me when I tell you that that's not something you're going to have to worry about. And you're not going to have to worry about people living in the streets and have no place to go. There's enough money to feed every poor person and give every person that wants some place to live, a place to live and food. There's no shortage of food. America throws more food away than we consume. When you say, Mike?
Yes, absolutely. Guys, to address the cold beer invitation, I haven't figured out where to answer that invite at. As soon as I do, I will be glad to.
Wealth of the wicked will be given to the righteous. You got that right. That's exactly what's about to happen. They're going to flip everything. People that were rich and millionaires, and they took the money and it was in bad faith and everything. That's all going back to the people. All the money that was stolen from you, your grandparents, your parents, it's all coming back. Nasara will be called Gusara over in Europe and over in other countries. In the United States, it will be called Nasara unless they have named it something else. But it was
Jerry,
signed. It was
go ahead.
signed in 2000.
Yes, Jerry at gunpoint, mind you. If we all have Jerry V says, if we all have the same economical status, we will be a socialist country, won't we? No, Jerry, because we're not being led by socialist regimes. We'll be led by individuals, we the people. Everybody will have equal opportunity is a better way to put it versus it being a socialist country. I mean, Social Security is a socialist program.
I probably did get your donation, but I don't know your real name with seeing it. It's S. Davis. Do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, everybody that donated to the Frog News Network. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do.
Trump is anointed and ordained to do what he's doing right now.
I don't know what woke means, but wake up means you better realize to what's going on right now in this world.
That's how we started the show, guys, going back all the way to the beginning and realizing, like the Arkansas talk, what we allowed to happen in a big time way.
It does look
even though we knew what was going on.
Thank you for the artwork. Amazing.
Woke is a term for the left. That's right.
Just like oh gosh, my mind went blank again. I hate when I'm having more senior moments as I become a senior.
The children of these deep state and cabal traders, a lot of them that are young enough are being deprogrammed, guys.
Kim Clement said that Trump is the David and he would be set aside for a season. It isn't the end of spring yet. We haven't entered summer.
22 days.
We know that we heard somebody slip and say August 15th was the day that he returns. We have plenty of time to overturn, is what I heard. I don't run the Telegram group. All right, what else? So the military told President Trump that the dumbs. MJ told Trump about the music industry, and Princess Diana told her about the imposter royals. That's very much true. Very much. Very much. All right, Mike, let's give it a few more minutes. Yes, Inauguration Day is August the 15th, far as we have heard.
Kenneth Noel, Phil McConnell is in protective custody, I do believe. It's not a protective custody I think we would all choose, but for him, but he is in protective custody from what we do understand. There's been a lot of strife and sadness around that whole situation. There is no timeline period. That's exactly right. God is not bound by time.
There's no timeline.
501c3s will be dealt with, yes.
I don't know how we know what the percentage of people are awake. They seem to know how many voted and what through all these crazy polls that they do. I don't know. Did they wake up? Did they call people? Are you woke? Are you waking up? How did they conduct that poll, Mike? Are you awake yet? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you? Oh, I'm gonna try some of my sleep patches tonight.
Sweet.
I got good sleep today. I slept so much I felt like I could go back to bed. That's horrible.
Yes, Robert David Steele has said that several times. I do not believe that that will be the official return of 19, but I do think it'll be the re-emergence of 19 into power.
How will Nasara work for those who haven't spent a large part of their life working for free? They have to care for their family. How will Nasara work for those who have spent a large part of their life? Nobody will struggle for anything. You got money coming back to you to support your family, no matter who you are, what chain of life you came from, or anything. Nobody will struggle for money anymore. Ever.
Guys, they've
Will be the last thing on your mind, no matter how much you made or how little you made. You won't struggle anymore. What about the corrupt governors? I imagine they've been all dealt with.
Yes, the IRS is gone, guys. I'm not telling you not to pay your taxes. I am telling you that the IRS has been dealt with and it is gone. As soon as the quantum system comes fully online, you will all know that. You will all know the Federal Reserve is gone. Frogs don't sleep these days. You got that right.
Seemed like I didn't sleep for 3 weeks until last night. Finally. It was just so much
stock
going
market
on.
accounts, mutual funds, bearer bonds, all that stuff is protected and mirrored, guys. And they will instruct you on how to care for it and exchange it.
Where is my Australian friend tonight? I do not see you on here, sir. He said he's going to come on. Go
state
ahead,
employees retirement, guys, is part of the financial problems all the states are having because that money's been spent long ago. It's not been spent on retirement either. In my opinion, if you got Walmart stock, you should sell it. Yes.
If you sent the IRS money and they cashed it, you sent it directly to the Rothschilds. That's where all the tax money goes. If they cash their check, boom. I'm feeling okay. I want to say I'm about almost 85% healed up from the operation. There's only just a little swelling around where they cut me. Other than that, I mean, I feel like I could probably walk a half a mile without much problem. So I'm healing up quite well. Never had to take one pain pill, not even taking Tylenol anymore for the last 4 days. So that's a good deal. Thank you for all the good wishes and prayers. Apple stock sell. All right, Mike, you ready to wrap it up?
Yes, sir. Give you just 1 second. Let me find it.
Take your time. Take your time.
Let me find that comment that flew by that I wanted.
No person on earth should be starving or homeless or suffering. Evil is controlling, causing all of that. God don't like that, and it's going to be corrected. Yes, 1,000 years of peace is coming. And a lot of the money is going to feed the poor and the homeless all around the world, and just not in this country.
I got to say, David Nino said, this is the comment I was chasing down. David Nino said, Biden has hired tons of IRS people to investigate us. All right. First off, we all know that the U.S. corporation is bankrupt. Okay, it no longer exists. There is no money for Biden to hire anyone. It's all fake, guys. It's a movie. It is a movie. It is a narrative in the movie that Biden hired IRS people to investigate we the people.
Trump has a golf course in New Jersey. It's currently where he's at, and where they're firing fighter jets in a circle 50 miles around his house, and 24/7 with refueling tankers. Tells me something's about to happen. Why else would they be doing that? It's a no-fly zone anywhere up there near where he's at.
Jimmy, that's exactly right. It's a movie that's going backwards. Yes, Nino is an alarmer in the truther group. I agree with that. He's big-hearted. He's a big-hearted, mean, tough guy.
Well, that's about it for me. I'm burnt out. I need to get some rest, bro.
All right, man. Let's call it a night.
All right, guys. If we just help one person tonight, we feel like we've done our job. Guys, know that it's a place that you can come and share your ideas and your comments and your intel with us, and not be ridiculed. This is a place where God wants us all to come together as one. Even you trolls, we love you too, because you make us have more people watch. But anyways, we love you, and we'll see you probably tomorrow night. Mike, you want to close us out with a prayer?
Everybody bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for yet another day where we can rejoice in the fact that you have control and that we know you're going to win. And we can rejoice in the fact that your love and grace is shed upon the earth and its humanity for 1,000 years of peace that is soon to come. Father, we thank you so much for the time period of being able to see the miracles happen before our very eyes and be able to tell the next generations about it, just as others had done in the Bible before us. Father, we also thank you for the healing that is about to come upon each and every one of us and the earth in a big time way. We thank you for the peace and the love that's going to be shed upon people who never thought that they would see such a thing. And we thank you, Father, for the equal opportunity that each person is going to have to live a prosperous, loving, and gentle life in the way you so deemed. It's in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Great show, guys. And don't forget, this show was for beginners and just questions. There wasn't a lot of intel tonight. We still pulled good numbers. We appreciate each and every one of you guys coming out. And as always, if something's breaking, we're just going to go live. There'll be no boom. We'll just be live. But if I'll be putting the thumbnail out for tomorrow night. As far as we're concerned, the way things are going right now, things are so tight. Me and Mike just feel like we need to do the show every night. We appreciate you spending the time with us because it's a holiday weekend, and I know a lot of people are out of town on vacation, enjoying their families, which they should, seeing that all the restrictions have been lifted. God bless all y'all, and have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night, all.